Hey, beautiful soul. Welcome in for your weekly reading for the week of December 19th through 26th. Happy holidays to those of you that are celebrating holidays all throughout December and January. For those that are new to me, I'm Giovanni, Joyful Medium. I help people get clear messages and guidance from loved ones who've already crossed over to the spirit world or from their own souls about their own lives. Let's dive right in. This is an interesting reading given that the solstice is also happening this week. So this first card that we have is the Four of Swords. And I know sometimes people get a little bit uncomfortable around this suit of swords, but it really just has to do with our mental energy, things we're thinking about, things that we are having that mental stress about, right? And with the four, it's just asking us to take a rest, take a break. And it is perfect timing. I know that in some businesses and industries, we may have some extra early closures or some days off this week. So instead of trying to jam pack your schedule, make sure you are getting bits of restful time, whatever that means for you. It could even just mean putting on your jammies and relaxing a little bit earlier than normal, but making sure that you're coming to places of taking a break, coming to places of having more, it's not really balance, it's more of an ebb and flow. So if you've been flowing in a really busy way, make sure you're ebbing into a quiet space. This could also be meditation for those of you that enjoy meditation, could be guided meditation, something a little delicious using the energies at play right now. This next card is the Justice card. So what's interesting about this is these two pillars do indicate almost like fairness and being just, right? As in justice. Now, these scales that we see here are not quite the same as the scales of Libra. These are weighing truth and fiction, right and wrong, what's best for us. And this person also holds a sword, letting us know that we are also supposed to be using our wisest form of judgment, right? So this doesn't mean that this justice is going to come about in the way that we wish it would or the way that we think it would, but it's also a reminder letting us know to make sure we are on the right path, make sure we are doing things, even when we're doing things behind the scenes in our own lives, making sure you're doing them with the highest integrity, with the best intentions, thinking things through before you leap into judgment, and really just knowing that there is a potential in the energy for some things to come to light, as we're going to talk about in just a minute. And some of that might be justice in a more community way or a more collective way for the different communities that we're all a part of. But this is a major arcana card. So this is some big energy stewing and a brewing in the background here. Now, this next card I really love, Ace of Wands. Aces, if you'll remember, with this spirit hand here, is spirit bringing you a new opportunity from the side. It's often in an unexpected way or from an unexpected source. Not always, but often. And remember, these are general readings, so they will apply to everyone's lives and roll out in a different way for everyone. But the suit of wands having to do with things we're passionate about, new excitement, that kind of new spark of life being brought into our lives. And I want to say, especially with holidays through these couple months for lots of us, realizing that we can create our own excitement. We can create our own potential, our own fresh energy that brings passion and fun and liveliness, right? So I would encourage you to be finding ways to create that for yourself so that when spirit does provide you whatever this offering will be, this new opportunity or next chapter opportunity, you're ready. You're in the right mindset. You're in the right mood. You're primed to receive and to play and to have fun and to not take things quite so seriously or not be in your head so much. Hopefully you will have gotten some rest by then and you can be bringing that best version of yourself. It's not required, but it sure does make the energy flow a little bit easier. So especially if in your world, if you're celebrating or going out to events or gatherings, sometimes an opportunity can come through a source that we are not expecting. So make sure that you are saying hello to people. Make sure that you are returning those calls and emails. You never know if someone could be reaching out from your past with a new opportunity, perhaps someone you worked with a long time ago has a new exciting opportunity for those of you on the job hunt. Perhaps it's a reconnection of some kind with an old friend, right? This doesn't typically have to do necessarily or only with relationships. This really is more about life purpose, passion, things that really light us up. So just be available for those type of opportunities from unexpected places and sources. Now, this next card is the moon. And I really always love the moon energy because it has to do with our intuition, right? So as part of this entire spread, the rest, the being honest and looking with clear eyes at things and wanting justice, this passionate or exciting new opportunity, right? This all ties into our intuition, because if we're not able to use our intuition, if we're very lit up in our emotions, we might not even be available for any of these wonderful energies. And the moon also reminds us that there are always things going on behind the scenes that haven't come fully to light yet. So you might be having a tickle in your intuition as you're going to gatherings or talking to friends or just sitting at home quietly. And maybe the entirety of it has not yet been revealed, but make some little notes about your intuition this week, especially because we have that wonderful solstice energy, which is the darkest point in the year as we start to move towards more and more light and celebrating that quieting down. And that's also the energy that the moon invites us to, right? Quieting down, going within. It's that very watery, paying attention to our emotions, what's rising up for us. It's a wonderful time to have a journaling practice if you don't already, have a meditation practice. Just be paying extra attention if you want to really harness this energy and see the things that are not being spoken that you can pretty clearly see in the energy if you're just paying attention and using that intuition. And this last card is kind of a double down of this in a different way. This Queen of Cups. Now, this Queen of Cups, if you notice, she is incredibly grounded on this very solid, almost cement-like shell throne here. And she has her feet in water, but is planted firmly on the sand, letting us know that even though she draws from the deepest depths of emotion, she's very grounded. She's kind. She's loving. So I would imagine and anticipate that there will be lots of emotions swirling in the energy this week, maybe your own rising up in unexpected ways, maybe emotions of those around you, or it might just be in the general weather and energy this week as we go towards the end of our calendar year, right? So knowing Queen of Cups is looking at situations, people, things that rise up with this very grounded, very loving, the wisest version of emotions. It's not an out of control, unruly emotionality. It is incredibly wise and grounded, looking for that deep emotion underneath, using the intuition, right? If somebody is presenting as very upset about, I don't know, the spoons that we're using at a dinner party, are they really upset about those spoons? Is there something deeper happening here in the emotion? And it's not your job to fix. Remember, we are not fixers. We are observers. We are helpers. You can support someone. My hair is being crazy today, guys. You can support people, but sometimes just showing up in your wisest emotional self, very grounded, very neutral, very calming, right, can change the energy of the entire event or dinner in this example. So just know that it's up to you, whatever's going on in your world, how you're going to greet that emotion. Are you going to get lit up and messy and throw a temper tantrum or slam doors? Or are you going to just pause, go within, listen to your emotions, get grounded, go for a walk? There are lots of opportunities available for how we greet whatever energy is showing up. And it might be a wonderfully positive week for you with celebration and gifts and unexpected surprises and rest. And you can even use those positive things towards grounding yourself even further, being more and more honest with yourself about what you want to create going forward, really recognizing the people that you appreciate in your life and in your world, maybe being a little more generous with the way that you're allowing others to have imperfection this week, right? So more focus on how you want to feel and the energy that you're bringing to situations, less focus on worry and strife and struggle and arguments and all of that, right? And even if, just a little tip, even if someone does bring an argument or a criticism your way, it's okay to say, you know what, let's put a pin in that because I really want to just have a nice time and we can talk about that at a more appropriate time, right? So it's up to you to set the energy, the boundaries of how you'll engage so that you can have the most fulfilling week possible for you and hopefully get some rest along the way. So let me know how this is lighting up for you. I'm so excited to be using this solstice energy this week too. And if you're not already hearing my podcast, Spirit Speakeasy, I put out new episodes throughout all of the holidays when most podcasts are giving you repeat episodes, best of episodes. I'm giving new episodes. So if you're not already receiving Spirit Speakeasy, you can go to my website, joyfulmedium.com, and sign up for anything there, and you'll get on the email community, and those come directly to your inbox. Or you can search Spirit Speakeasy on your favorite podcast platform, Apple Pods, Spotify, all the places, or on my YouTube channel. And you can even find it on my website, joyfulmedium.com, in the blog section. Big hugs, lots of love. Happy holidays to everyone, and I will talk to you so soon. Bye for now.